Howdy friends, today we're going to be talking all things garlic. This is something everybody should be growing. It's a fantastic crop and it's pretty easy to grow. We've just harvested some of ours. Look at this bumper crop, there's about 5 kilos there. So if you want to learn how to grow garlic, stick around. If you're planning on planting garlic, I highly suggest that you source some organic garlic, either from a farmer's market or you can purchase it online. And get something that's acclimatized to your region. This here is Tasmanian purple, and it's colder in Tasmania than it is here, but it grows really well. When we're planting garlic, we don't actually, let me pull apart one of these, plant it from seed. It's not like other plants. You can plant it from seed. It's just a lot harder. All you need to do, break up your bulb into little garlic bits like this. Put it in the ground. The root shoots from the bottom here. And I'll show you how it looks in the garden bed when I'm actually planting it. I took some footage when we did plant it. But let's go over how to plant garlic. So when you're planting them, see that little tip there? That's where the roots will form from. And this is where they'll shoot from. It's pretty amazing when you think that one clove of garlic will yield you a whole bulb in, 8 to 10 months. Pretty amazing. This is our garlic just a couple of months after planting it. You can see it's shot up really well. Happy and healthy. And here are the other two beds. Look like some carrots have got mixed in there. To sort that out. I think all up the count was 250 cloves, so looks like most of them have been taken, which is great. That means we'll get about 250 bulbs when it comes time to harvest. Now, while garlic doesn't take much care, there are a few things that you need to know. It's got a very long growing season. So here in northern New South Wales in Australia, we plant ours in April, and that's before the winter. So winter hits at about June. Now we've just started harvesting ours and it's late November. Depending on the year and how much rain and water and sun's been about, we'll harvest in either November, now, or through to December. Really just depends. I've put in some progress pics here of how the garlic looked over the growing season. So this is a few photos at different stages. So we're a couple of months in, you can see it's getting taller, it's looking lush and green, and we've grown them in raised beds, in lowered beds. They're pretty hardy and pretty easy to grow. So you planted your garlic, you've anxiously waited all through the winter period, and it's time to pull them up. What next? Probably the most important step is drying your garlic properly. You want it to last a long time. If you grow enough, you want it to last until the next harvest. So it's really important you understand how to dry your garlic correctly. All right, here's the garlic that's pulled straight out of the ground. This is some of it, but you can see it's a little bit dirty and dusty. Don't worry about that. Let's have a look at how we dry ours. So there's a few different ways you can dry it. Some people prefer to hang it. Others prefer to put it in direct sunlight for about a week. I'm not a big fan of that. My favourite is putting it on one of these drying racks. And you can make this out of anything, but you just lay it in a single layer, make sure it's got some space, and you leave it somewhere where the air can pass through it. So I've got mine in my shed with the doors open, and I leave it like that for 3, 4, sometimes even 5 weeks until it's really dried out. Now, once it's been thoroughly dried, it'll develop that real papery skin. And you can just kind of rub it with your fingers and that layer of dirt will just fall off and you'll be left with beautifully cleaned garlic. Then all you got to do is trim the tops, trim the roots, and voila. Then all you need to do is decide how you're going to store it. We mix ours. We store some dry and we peel some and put it straight in the freezer. You can use it directly from the freezer when you're cooking. Now, there are so many ways to use garlic. Obviously in everyday cooking, spaghetti sauces, garlic bread, pretty much any recipe will be improved by adding garlic, and especially if it's your own that you've grown. But tangible health benefits. There are a fair few studies around that show that garlic reduces blood pressure, and there is some evidence leaning towards that it might actually help with heart health. So there you go. If you needed extra reasons why you should be growing garlic, there are some there. Now, we don't have any trouble using the garlic that we grow. We try and grow enough to last us to the next season, but between the excitement of giving it away when people come over and using it a lot in our cooking, sometimes it doesn't last the full year. But I thought I'd give you a bit of a nice winter recipe when you've got a tickle in your throat. This here is fermented honey garlic. And it's one of the best things for a sore throat or through winter time if the family's getting run down a little bit with a cough or a cold or a sniffle. It is extremely easy to make. It's literally what it sounds like. You get your raw garlic, peel it, you cover it in honey, making sure that it's covered and submerged, and you leave it. The longer you leave it, the more potent it seems to get. This is last year's and it's still phenomenal. You can see the garlic kind of infuses into the honey and makes it really liquidy. This is, I think this was honey from our bees last year too, but it doesn't really matter what type of honey you're using. After a few months of that sitting there, it is not only delicious, but it really, really helps if you get a tickle in the throat. As far as caring for your garlic while it's growing, you only really need to make sure that it's getting enough water. Now, if you plant yours outside like we have, to be honest, we watered it probably once a week for the first few weeks, but once it popped out of the ground, we just let nature take over. And the rain was enough to keep it growing happy. But if you live in a drier climate, I'd probably suggest giving it a good water maybe once a week. It is naturally pest resistant. There aren't many pests that will attack garlic. Every now and then you might get some aphids, but if you see them forming on the garlic, just wash them off with soapy water. Just dishwashing soap and warm water and just rub them off. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be really many things that will actually attack it. Now, I would highly encourage you to give garlic growing a go. It's pretty easy, it's pretty beginner friendly, and I think just hook in and have a crack. I think once you get to the end and you've dried your garlic and you're using it in your cooking, you'll be happy that you did. Thanks for watching.